Morning. Morning, Fred. All right, well, today's a really cool one I'm excited for. So I picked up a new mowing account, and it's not with your typical lawnmower. Let's just put it that way. I get to use the skid steer and a brush mower. So this account only gets cut twice a year. It gets done sometime in July here, and then in late August. But what I'm most excited about is that it's right in my back door. You know, it's right around the corner from where I'm living. And second, I bought that brush mower not knowing if I'd have any work for it for this year. I advertised it a little bit and didn't really get any leads on it, because I get to try out the new attachment, which I've been dying to use. The only sad thing is that brush mower doesn't fit in my dump trailer with the skid steer, so I'm gonna have to set the brush mower on top of the box here and then just put the skid steer in the trailer. But that's whatever, I can handle that. It's literally maybe a mile up the road, 2 miles up the road for where I'm living, so we'll take the short drive like that. What do you want, Fred? Huh? Careful on the back window. Hey, if it fits, it ships. Let's see if the machine will go up the trailer without any attachments on the front of it. I'm sure it will. Ooh, we got a little light there, but it worked out. All right. Let's head off to the job. Obviously, I'm gonna strap the stuff down. Maybe. Man, am I excited to use this thing. Imagine get your leg getting hit by that. It's at least 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch of steel. Wow. Alright, well, I'm definitely going to put a strap on the mower. I'd hate for that thing to fall off. Honestly, I could probably just drive the skid steer with the mower up there. But, I don't know. I don't want to do that much road traveling with the thing, and I just don't want, just in case something breaks, I'll have my tools with me at least. I probably just jinxed myself, but it is what it is. Can you hold that hook for me so it doesn't fall off? No? Okay, well, stay there then. There. Should be good enough for the 2 miles, not even 2 miles of driving I gotta do. All right, over here. We're just gonna tilt the trailer up just because it it is pretty steep, and I don't have any attachments on there. I gambled it at home, but I don't want to do that here. Alright, let's kind of give you a showdown of what we got. Pretty much all this tall grass right here. Gotta go through, I don't know why there's a pile of topsoil there. We'll go around, we gotta go around these houses here, and then there's some over there. So I'm excited to do this one. Let's get this thing hooked up. Something's happening. Alright, well that's my first little section of this. I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Alright, well I just gotta do some trimming. Gotta do some trimming or like around this I don't know if you guys can see it, probably can, the fire hydrant and this dirt pile. But it's working out pretty good. I'm happy with the purchase, that's for sure. We just cleared all of this over here, this retention pond. Got a little, when I come back I can do a little bit of trimming with that little spot right there, but get around this catch basin, and then yeah, worked out slick. One thing you got to be careful about when you're brush mowing is looking out for obstacles. I just caught this outcropping just in the nick of time. I don't know if you can see all the concrete and everything in there. That would have really sucked to hit that, because you hit that, you're breaking something. That's for sure. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna run off, go get something to eat really quick. I didn't eat breakfast, so my big belly here, it's talking. So go fuel that up and then keep going. All right, well my belly's filled. I had a grilled cheese from Quick Trip, and now we're gonna head back and keep brush mowing here. You know, problems of being a YouTuber, you gotta carry your battery, you gotta carry this gizmo, you gotta make sure you have a charger. Oh, just all the extra steps, but tell you what, I enjoy it. Kind of give you an idea how tall this grass is. I mean, it's about halfway up the skid steer here, and I'm 6'1", so I mean it's up to my double chin, so that's about, I don't know, 5'2". All right, let's get back to it. Also, my AC took a crap in this thing on the last pass. So something that I was told when I bought this this brush mower was that when you start the, you know, engage the hydraulics for it, you got to do it while the machine's at an idle, get the detent, you know, clicked over, and then slowly start ramping up the idle. Makes sense, it definitely does. So you kind of let the thing pick up its speed, and then you just start giving it some idle. This any justice, but man, is this steep. I don't know if a tire machine's the best way to go here or a track machine. Either way, bit steep. You know, the one benefit here is that these are dry ponds. So these are overfills for all the other ponds that I do the grass cutting for. And it's been a really dry spring so far. So, I mean, I guess that's one benefit of what's going on right now. I don't know how fascinating this video is going to be for you guys, but tell you what, for me it's exciting inside the machine operating. Yeah, I don't know how the heck I would do this if I'm glad I'm doing it right now while it's dry. You know, if the ground was any bit of wet, I honestly don't even know if the skid steer would be able to do this. I'm definitely fighting it up the hill right now. Here, I give you guys a little shot of me and my double chin. My ultimate goal is just to do like machine work, you know, being in a skid steer, doing grading, topsoil work, brush mowing, field mowing, anything like that. That's just what my ultimate plan is. And like I said, right now I'm in the early stages of business, and I gotta kind of take what I can get my hands on. So, you know, I just gotta make do with that. A lot of people idea that I'm a landscaper. That's the farthest thing from what I want to be, is a landscaper. I'll take on some of the jobs or whatever and do them, but landscaping's not exactly what I want to do, you know, as far as making retaining walls or anything like that. My ultimate goal with AMW here, like I said previously, is doing machine work, I would really like to get more into doing demolition work, demo work, grading, and junk removal, and skid steer services. That's my my ultimate plan with AMW. Eventually I'd like to get into, there's a lot of guys in this area that have roll-offs, you know, for doing roll-off dumpsters. I'd like to, I know there's a big market for that, but there's also a big market for contractors doing concrete. I feel like with YouTube, maybe I can get my foot into that game, and we can go from there. But yeah, you know, I gotta say, when I first started this YouTube, I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about it, just because I'm usually more, I keep to myself more, but it's definitely taken me out of my comfort zone doing YouTube. But I gotta admit with you guys, I really have to admit, I enjoy doing YouTube now. It's kind of fun, you know, you get to talk to people. Just the other day I went somewhere and, you know, I ran into a viewer, one of you guys. You know, I gotta admit that's actually kind of a cool experience. So, you know, hopefully me talking to you guys too much in this camera ain't boring you to death. But I just kind of wanted to let you know what my ultimate plan with AMW was. I do know that I'm very happy that I went out on my own. If any of you guys are thinking about doing that, I highly recommend it. You know, I gotta admit, being self-employed, it almost feels like it's going to be the biggest roller coaster you've ever been on. What I mean by that is that you're going to have some times where you have really good highs, but then you're going to have times where you have lows. You know, the bottom of the roller coaster. But you just remember, with that low that you just had, somewhere around the corner there's going to be a high. You just got to keep pushing forward I'll admit there is times where I thought, man, am I really meant for being self-employed? But here we are. This is going on my first. This is my first full season out on my own. Last year I did about half a year by myself, and obviously I went and helped Victory out. And I'm glad that happened, because now I'm doing this YouTube thing. I shouldn't say YouTube thing. I actually enjoy doing it. But I guess bottom line, what I'm getting at is if you want to go out on your own, do it. You just get enough work before you get out there, and just go for it. That's all I gotta say. Alright, other than that, I'm gonna open the windows up in my machine here. Sadly, the AC just took a crap in this thing. So sitting in here, it's like being in a greenhouse. So we're gonna open up the windows. You guys really aren't gonna hear me. So maybe I'll flip you around and, you know, keep giving you some shots of the brush mower. Last pass on this job. Kind of the same thing when you shut this thing down. You got to idle it down. I mean, you got to do it pretty slow, otherwise it sounds very unhappy. Just put it that way. So yeah, take the detent out and away you go. If I could do more of these every year, I'd be absolutely happy. I'm really happy with how the machine performed, especially going down these steep grades. But yeah, definitely want to watch out for those blades. But all right, this is all done. Now we're gonna pack up, head back home, and then we got some welding to do on a trailer. Some of you guys might recognize the trailer. For you guys wondering what the underneath of this thing looks like, it's just a big bar, and then it has those big blades on it. And when you know, as the centrifugal force when it starts spinning, those blades start to swing out. They're meant to spin like that, so if you hit something, they fold and don't destroy everything. Man, is that scary to look at. Alright, skid steer's back home, all unloaded. Me and Fred, he's excited to go for a ride. Oh yeah. But originally we were going to put the welder in the back of the truck and everything, but I just have so much stuff in there right now. So me and Fred here, we're gonna head off and go actually pick up the trailer. It's right down the road from home here, and to be honest, it'd be easier just to bring it home, and you know, there's not much welding to do on it. So to load up the welder and all that, nah, it's Friday. We're just gonna go pick up the trailer and bring it home and weld it here. You excited? You wanna go for a ride? Let's go for a ride. All right, come on, let's go. Oh yeah. That dog will literally ride for hours standing in the window as long as the window's open. I've never known another dog that loves car rides as much as him. Alright, let me know if any of you guys recognize this trailer. I'm sure some of you do. But anyways, we gotta do some welding on this trailer. This fender right here is starting to crack right there. It's starting to crack through right over here. So we're gonna get that buttoned up. And then this cracked on me while I owned the trailer, the ramp down here. And all I had was sticks with me for doing stick welding, and that was a little hot for doing this. So I literally just threw a booger on there to keep it on. But then there's a little crack down here on that one. So yeah, we gotta pull these ramps off, get these areas cleaned up. Oh, and then there's a crack over here on this fender that's just starting, so we're gonna get that all taken care of and get this buttoned up. All right, we're gonna start with getting these ramps off. Looks like it's just a cotter, yeah, a cotter key. Pull that pin out and that ramp should come off. So let's get to it. No, I don't have to pull the entire ramp off. Sweet. So yeah, we'll just grind this down, and we might have to trim some of this board to get a good weld in there, but yeah. How bad is this side? I don't even have to pull a ramp on this, I don't think. I don't know, what do you guys think? Probably not. We'll just grind this down and throw some boogers on there, and away we go. All right, so I just use an abrasive wheel, you know, grinding wheel for getting the brunt of it. Then what I'll do is I'll put, I call them tiger paws or flap disc, whatever you want to call it. Put that on. You can kind of push it in there and get a little bit of better of a grind, especially when it's something crunchy like this. So got everything cleaned up. That's actually a hole. So get that filled in. Got this side ground down pretty good. I just used a grinder and ground the board back. I'll do my best to try filling in that. That's a pretty big hole to try filling in. See what we can do though. Then we'll just take that flap disc over here and clean this corner up the best we can. All right, so got that area cleaned up. This area is cleaned up. Crack running through there, and then down here. And then another thing that this customer wanted, this leg over there got bent from when I had it, and also the weld broke right there. So I don't know. I'll try my best to be pushing it back, but again, I don't want to cause more damage than it's worth. But we'll see what we can do. Alright, so this is my setup for doing wire welding. Some of you guys were asking in the last video that I was doing, how come I'm using a wire feed welder off of a welder? Well, this isn't your typical wire feed that plugs into a wall outlet. This machine doesn't run off of you know, 220 horsepower. It actually plugs in right off of the engine drive. So if you look, you know, I could either do wire feed or stick or TIG off of this machine. So to me it made more sense to have an engine drive and buy one of these wire feed boxes. You know, in the trade they call it a suitcase welder. It just works out for what I'm doing. Yes, I do stick welding. Some of you guys were kind of giving me crap about that on the last video. I just didn't have any sticks 7018 to weld that bucket on an excavator, so that's why I use this. And they needed that bucket in a pinch. But for a project like this, wire feed's just fine. But yeah, it just all plugs in. Then you run it into your tank, which I run a mix. 75% argon and 25% carbon dioxide for the welding wire for the gas shield. So yeah. All right, so for any of you guys that do welding and welding sheet metal, it is a major pain, especially when you got big gaps like I had here. So I was able to get her closed up, and then I just grinded it down, kind of make it look like nothing ever happened there. I don't know, you can kind of tell. Once you put a coat of paint on there, everything will be good to go again. But yeah, that was a pain. Got this welded back here, you know, that hook right there, and then this eyelet right here is welded on now. So, and I was able to kind of fill in that big pocket that was there earlier, but not too bad for welding junk steel with a wire welder in the wind. You can wire weld in the wind if you're using flux core, but I don't have flux core, so you're just gonna kind of weld around the wind. That's just how it is. So right here, remove this tank. There's a pretty good gap there, and this, like I showed you earlier, this leg isn't straight. So these bumper jacks or farmer jacks, whatever you want to call them, they're dangerous, but man, are they a handy tool. Just you got to be careful with them, that's for sure. Like right now, I mean, it's barely got a bite on that run, but let's see what happens. All right, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. You'll get the wire felt fired up, and we'll get that glued back together, and do this quick before this jack jumps out. All right, we got that thing welded on. Threw a booger on there. Yeah, I know it's not the greatest either. That one's not terrible, but for what it is, you don't have to get too crazy. But yeah, I actually have a video in mind. I want to make one of my own attachments. Everything that I've found, I'm not exactly a fan of exactly how it's designed, so I kind of want to make my own. So one of these videos, I'm actually going to be showing you guys, you know, like an actual fabrication project, something that you're starting with brand new steel, where you know, you're not working with all this junk. But yeah, we're gonna get everything cleaned up and take this trailer back. All right, everything's cleaned up, ramps are put back on. I welded this area up here and kind of ground it out, kind of make it look like it's part of the ramp, or not ramp, fender, so there wasn't just some welds hanging on there. That was a major pain to weld these fenders because they are so thin. But yeah, got that done. We're gonna take this this trailer back. Luckily, the guy that bought it, he lives right up the road. This ain't Ryan's trailer anymore from Victory. He sold it to a friend of his, which is a friend of mine. So this trailer is just getting passed around. But yeah, let's take this thing back, and that's gonna be it for today probably. All right, I just want to show you guys something quick. Show you how close this trailer is to home. I forgot to take that stuff off the bumper, and it made it all the way back here. So let's get this thing unloaded. Every trailer should have this option. I'm not even doing anything. All I had to do was flip a switch. Shut the power off. But all right, guys, that's gonna be it for this one. A little bit of brush mowing, a little welding. Oh, I should probably mention, I met Cleetus Mcfarland at my home track. I could not believe it that I actually had the opportunity to meet that guy. I've been watching Cleetus Mcfarland since he's had about like 500 subscribers. He's at like 3.5 million or something like that. But it was kind of a cool thing. I had a slower day, and I was able to run down to our hometown track, Great Lakes Dragway, and got to go meet him. I got a picture with him, and then also got a video of him running down the track. Sadly, he blew up his car. Well, it didn't blow up, but lost oil pressure, so he wasn't able to continue doing the 6th summer drag and drive event. But it was still really cool to go meet him. I'll show you a clip of the car and taking a picture with him.
Cleetus Mcfarland rolling into the water box. And Timothy Price will go on right side. Power big block. East left side.
Well, anyways, we'll catch you guys on the next one.